Hello, everyone. My name is Vanessa Almaraz, and today I will inform you about chronic traumatic encephalopathy (CTE) and the percent of former pro NFL players' lives. An article that I found from the New York Times titled 111 NFL Brains, All But One Had CTE, was a study conducted by neuropathologist Dr. Anna McKee. She examined deceased brains of former pro NFL players and revealed that 110 out of 111 were diagnosed with CTE, meaning that only one individual did not have any symptoms or was diagnosed with CTE. Today, I will focus on three main points. One, causes of chronic traumatic encephalopathy, its symptoms, and its four diagnosis stages. First, discoveries and history of CTE, and finally, CTE presents in former pro NFL players' lives, such as Mike Webster. Chronic traumatic encephalopathy (CTE) is a brain condition as a result of numerous hits to the head. Symptoms develop within 30 minutes or present until years or decades, depending on the individual, according to the Alzheimer's Association. According to the Headstrong Concussion article CTE, the symptoms are as follows. 1. Cognitive symptoms. An example is language impairment, where athletes have difficulty forming sentences or when interviewed often stutter. The second is behavioral symptoms. One is being out of control or physical violence, and that may include physical violence against or towards an, a relative or a meaningful partner without the knowledge of doing so. And three, mood symptoms, which include sadness, depression, or anxiety. The stages of CTE. There are four diagnosed stages. Stages 1 and 2 may or may not present symptoms, but have the relation of the locus ceruleus, which involved emotional stress, balance, and cognitive control, according to the Headstrong Concussion, and amygdala, the memory processing and decision making, according to the Headstrong Concussion, illustrated in this picture, in this image. Stage 3 and 4 are more severe than stage 1 and 2, or involve the hippocampus, which is the memory, and the frontal cortices, which involve the emotional expression, problem solving, memory, and language. Here is another on the top, on the bottom right, is how the brain looks, where 3 and 4 are more severe. For discoveries in history of CTE, it was discovered that it was known as punch drunk syndrome or dementia polycystica, according to Alzheimer's Association with CTE. According to Alzheimer's Association, boxers resign with the number of hits to the head, not the number of rounds. In the NFL, an autopsy made on the Pittsburgh Steelers legend Mike Webster was the first confirmed case, and it was conducted by Dr. Bennett Amalu, according to the Headstrong Concussion. CTE presence in former pro NFL players' lives. In this study conducted in that article of New York Times, 44 linemen presented CTE, 7 quarterbacks, 13 linebackers, and 17 defensive backs. 41 of the offensive linemen sustained 62 hits in one game, which is the same if he had driven his car into a brick wall at 30 miles per hour. The quarterbacks Ken Stabler, Oakland Raiders in the 1970s, and Joey Sue, who committed suicide from one of the linebackers, and finally Tyler Stash, safety for the Giants of 2011 Super Bowl, that had an accidental overdose of pain medications. With all this said, above all, chronic traumatic encephalopathy (CTE) is a condition widely known to cause the brain damage, both short and long-term effects. As we've seen, the impact of the head to the ground drastically changes their lives, not only physically but also socially. Recognizing the cognitive, behavioral, and mood symptoms at an early age of diagnosis can prevent or reduce the consequences of CTE during their retirement years, depending on how far it has reached the brain. And I will leave you with this quote from Dr. McKinley. It is no longer debatable whether or not there is a problem in football. There is a problem. Thank you.